Services. This slide was particularly done just for Hawaii. We have different states and different products in different states, so I'll have slides done for Florida, Texas. This is specifically for Hawaii. So let's get started. We have a company that we do things a little bit different. We have like four companies. The parent company is called Association Healthcare Management, Inc. That's who pays you your commission checks. We also have an insurance agency, which is American Workers Insurance Services. And we also have an association. How many of you here are familiar with Sam's Club here in Hawaii? Yeah. How many of you are familiar with Costco? Do we have Costco's in Hawaii? Yeah. Okay, so you join this membership. How many of you are familiar with AARP? Yes. The American Association of Retired Persons, where people join for like $16 a year. And once you join ARP, they can sell you car insurance and life insurance and health insurance and dental insurance. We have an association. What we do that's different is, as an insurance agency, just like any insurance agency, we contract with insurance carriers. One of them is Lincoln Financial Group on life insurance. We also contract with a health insurance company, and we contract with a dental insurance company. Does that make sense? And the insurance companies pay the claims out. Okay, we're just the agency. How many of you are here for the first time tonight? Raise your hands if you're here for the first time. How about a round of applause for our new guests, by the way, because I don't want to forget the new guests. And later on, today, sometime later on today, I have $100 cash for somebody in this room. Anybody need $100, by the way? Sure. I have $1,000 also for somebody in this room. Anybody need $1,000? Sure. Well, more hands went up. How about $15,000? Anybody need $15,000? Sure. And the rest of you just don't know, right? Okay. Make sure if you have any cell phones, please put them on mute or vibrate, because if it starts playing music, I start dancing the salsa music from Puerto Rico, and it's not pretty. You don't want to see that. Okay. So, as we contract with insurance carriers who pay the claims, we're the agency, we do one thing more that's different. We have an association called the National Association of Preferred Providers that was started in 1983, 31 years ago. It got started by a group of doctors 31 years ago. It still exists today. Initially, the group of doctors who started this association 31 years ago did it to help people who were very poor, and we were giving away free benefits. How many people think it's a good idea to give away free benefits to people who can't afford it? Good. Today, we still give away free benefits to people who can't afford healthcare benefits. And again, we're very proud of that. We've given away millions and millions of people free benefits across the country. That's what our association does. But here's what else we do with the association. When our insurance agency contracts with an insurance carrier who pays out claims, the policy is issued to the association. It's not issued to the individual. It's a group policy. The policy is filed with the Department of Insurance as a group policy issued to the association. Everybody got me so far? So you have to be a member of the association, just like joining AARP or just like joining Sam's Club, right? Same thing. And our association is $12 a year for an entire family. That's $1 a month for a family. How many people think that's affordable right now? Yeah. So you have to join the association to be eligible for the group insurance benefits. The good thing is, on all the insurance benefits that we market with life insurance, health insurance, and dental insurance, are you ready for this? No health questions. No health questions, including the term life. No health questions. Anybody got that already? Anybody think that's important? Yes. See, the baby thinks it's important, so I think that if she thinks it's important, the rest of you should think it's important. So now, the first product I want to start with is term life. Why? How many people have ever heard of somebody who could not be eligible for life insurance because of medications, or they had many medical conditions and couldn't afford it or couldn't become eligible? What if I told you that this particular company here, Lincoln Financial, one of the largest corporations in the world, they're actually part of the Fortune 250 as one of the largest 250 corporations in the world. They got started in 1905, that's over 109 years. They're publicly traded in S&P 500. They have over $223 billion in assets. That's almost $250 billion, folks. That's a lot of money. Over $13.3 billion in equity, cash. And so how many agents are in the room that have ever heard of Lincoln Financial? Anybody? They have a good reputation, a good rating with the AM Best, with A+, which is the best. So we have an exclusive product with them. And when I talk to insurance agents, they say, hey, Mr. Martinez, I already have a contract with Lincoln Financial, so whatever you got, I got. No, you don't. You can keep your license with Lincoln Financial. You can keep selling the other wonderful products, no problem. But this product, we're the only company in the country that has it. It was designed for members of our association only. It's a term life product that's $15,000 term life, $15,000 accidental death, which is mostly for final expenses. How many people know any friends or relatives that when there was a death in the family and they couldn't afford the funeral and family members had to chip in? I grew up very poor. My mom had 13 kids. I remember as a little kid, when I had relatives and going to funerals, I would see my relatives, passing out money, helping the family members pay. So this is something that would be important for final expenses. It's not meant to replace a $500,000, term regular insurance. It's meant for final expenses only. But here's the deal. No health questions. No social security number needed for the clients. No proof of employment required. We used to have a different company called ING, a very big company, but that company required 20 hours a week of proof of employment. Could you imagine telling an 80-year-old that you got to go back to work just so you can get this? So no proof of employment required. Issue age up to 84, from 18 to 84. The other one we had was issue age 18 to 64. This one's from 18 to 84, much better. How about if it only costs $39 a month if you're 18 years old, and if you're 84 years old, it still costs $39 a month? Go ahead and find me a term life, folks, that you can get at 84 years old for $39 a month. I challenge anybody in here to try and do that. It doesn't exist. We're the only company that doesn't charge you more money as you get older for your term life. Now, the death benefit does decrease at age 65, 70, 75, and 80, and it terminates at 85. We're going to show you the chart to show you what those levels are. It's perfect for agents to generate leads. It's exclusive to our association members and our agency. It's available in 41 states, including Hawaii. And the best part of this is, you don't need an insurance license to sell it in any of the 41 states.
Yes.
You don't need an insurance license to sell it in any of the 41 states. If you don't know how big that is, you need to learn how big it is. Folks, in this business, in 22 years, I've recruited over 72,000 agents in my business and over 250,000 clients. I average half $1 billion a year in business production, and so far, I've helped 51 people make over $1 million. Who would like to be number 52 to make $1 million with our group? Who would like to be number 53? 54? Going, 55? The way you become wealthy in this country is to find a product that people need that no one else has, and they have to come to you to get it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I don't have to sell this. I put an ad on the internet that says, are you ready for this ad? Term life, no health questions. Issue age 18 to 84. That's my ad. Anybody think I get replies with that ad?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tons. People are looking for it already. I don't have to sell it. People are ready to buy it. When you learn that, that's when you can make $1 million in this business. Now, 41 states is available in. Let's continue. If you can't see this in the back, don't worry about it. I'm going to repeat this, and then we're going to have an eye exam later on, so in the back, so if you can't see it, we're going to tell you to do this to see if you can see it better. Okay? Okay back there now? Okay. New members and spouses can be enrolled up to age 84. The other plan we had, we couldn't sell it past 64. This one, we can sell it to someone who's 72, 82 years old, 83 years old, 84. We couldn't do that with the ING product. This one we can. The accidental death and dismemberment benefit will pay an extra $2,000 for safe driving. The term life policy, here's the policy, is issued to our association, the NAP Association, which is called the National Association of Preferred Providers, which has its own website, napassociation.org. We'll show you the website later if we have time. To be eligible, members do not have to be employed, but their independents have to be in good health, however, not terminally ill. So even though there's no health questions, we're not allowed to go to the cancer ward and sign up people who are terminally ill. Anybody understand that? Insurance companies, if they see you doing that, they'll remove this product from us.
Yeah.
Understand? We want to bring good business. Now, this policy will pay out. It's graded for 90 days. What does that mean? That means as long as the person does not die in the first 90 days, it will pay out the benefits. Everybody got that? Okay. The term life benefit is available to our members who reside in our country. It could be sold to our members both as a standalone, or it could be bundled with some other benefits that we have available. The member and their dependents are also covered while traveling outside this country, and as long as they still live here, there's no time limit on the amount of time they can travel out of the country. Does anyone know people who travel for more than a month? Sometimes, yeah. So if something happens, they are still covered anywhere in the world. Anybody think that's important? Yes, it is. Now, we'll talk about this. The primary member, we have a couple of ways that people can purchase this. It's only $39 a month, whether, again, you're 18 up to age 84, for an individual, for one person. That person will have $15,000 of accidental death and dismemberment and $15,000 term life. If that person dies because of an accident, it becomes $30,000. Now, we know today, we hear it in the commercials on television and everywhere else, that people are living longer. Is that true? Yes. People are surviving heart attacks, strokes, and cancer today. Yes or no? Yes. So you hear a lot of things about living benefits. So somebody, people today that have heart attacks, they don't die of the heart attacks anymore. Sometimes they'll have a heart attack and they'll fall down, hit their head on the table, and they'll die because of the accident. Or they have a stroke while they're driving the car and they'll die because of the accident. This will pay double the benefits, $15,000, $30,000 if the primary member dies because of an accident before age 65. At age 65, the death benefit for the primary will reduce by 35%, which means $9,750 will remain from age 65 to 70. If that person, again, dies because of an accident, it doubles, so it becomes $19,500. The average funeral is $7,000. Is that enough to cover an average funeral? As long as you're not doing a Michael Jackson funeral, this will cover most funerals, right? When you turn age 70 to 75, it drops by another 10%, another 10% at age 75 to 80, another 10% at age 80, and age 85, the policy terminates if you're still alive, okay? The spouse, we have a family plan that instead of $39 a month, costs $59 a month if you decide you wanted the family coverage. It will cover the primary member for $15,015. It'll cover the spouse for $7,500 and $7,500. It will cover children up to the age of 26 for $2,500 and $2,500. No limit on the amount of children. So if you have 5 children or 6 children or 7 children, each one. It will terminate at age 26 for children. It will terminate at age 85 for adults. Okay? So if the spouse has 75 and 7,500, when they turn 65, it reduces by 35%. And then every 5 years after, it reduces by 10%, 10%, and 10%. Everybody understand that? It's called a decreasing term. Okay, there are about 75 different life insurance policies in this planet that you can purchase. This is just one of them. But this is the only one with no health questions. No health questions. And if you didn't hear me in the back, no health questions. Okay? And no license required to market it. Anybody think that there are people that may need this product? Yes. Oh yeah. And at $39 a month, it's very affordable. It has a one-time $30 application processing fee. And they have to be a member of the association first, don't forget that. And how much is it to join our association?
$12 a year.
$12 a year for the entire family, correct? Now, if I wanted to purchase this for myself and my wife, and I'm thinking, okay, well, my wife, if I buy the family plan, only gets $7,500, could I buy an individual policy for me and individual for my wife so that both of us can have $15,000? Yes, I could. So I can pay $39 a month for me, $39 a month for my wife, and we both would have $15 and $15, which is much better. And it's not a lot more money than really $59, is it? $39 and $30, not much more. We pay out $31 and $39 per sale. We pay a level commission for every month for the life of the client. Some life insurance policies out there will reduce your commission second and third year. We pay you the same commission every month for the life of the client. If the client, of course, cancels, you don't get paid anymore. I still have clients on the books for over 17 years that I still get paid every month on. Okay, which is, I like to do work one time and get paid forever. Anybody like that deal? Because when you make a lot of money with residual income, you get to join my 7-Eleven club. Now, all of you know what that is, right? You don't know what that is? When you make enough money, you join the 7-Eleven club, which is this. You get up at 7 in the morning, you look out the window, everybody going to work, you go back to sleep and get up at 11 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm in.
So, this product will pay $546 a month individual, $826 a month for a family. It'll give you 3 months in advance, so multiply that by 3 months for your initial commissions for new clients, new sales. Plus, we give you a 50% bonus from every client you enroll that has a $30 one-time application fee. You get 50% of that as a bonus for each and every customer one time. So when you add that up to 3 months and the 50% bonus, $31.38, $39.78. If you sign up 100 customers, for example, or a group of 100 with a small business, you just pay $3,100 and $3,900, almost $4,000. Anybody think that's a good money for one day?
Yeah.
That's for one day's work, folks, not for a month. Now, we're going to introduce the new dental insurance, which we just launched this month. This has been in planning for over 5 years. Over 3.5 years ago, we submitted our application to the state of Hawaii for approval, and Hawaii was very nice. They only took 2.5 years to approve us. So we thank Hawaii for being so expeditiously and only letting us wait 2.5 years. We actually got approval 15 months ago from the state of Hawaii, but it took 15 months for the rest of the compliance and contracting and dentists and all this stuff. And so finally, we're here and we've launched. So let's talk about Luxor Dental. First of all, we know that AWIS is a licensed insurance agency. We said that before. That's our insurance agency. And through the National Association of Preferred Providers, which is NAP, established in 1983, that's our association. American Workers Service offers its extreme dedication to provide more affordable healthcare options to the American public without eligibility restrictions and annual cost increases. We have never, in 31 years in business, folks, we have never raised the price on a customer in 31 years. Anybody think that's important? Yes or no? I think that's a nice thing for our customers, by the way. We're licensed and registered in over 40 states and 2 territories, which is Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico. Our association was established in 1983, which we said, and we mostly market health, life, and dental benefits, and again, for over 30 years. If I'm going too fast, please slow me down with your hands and say slow down. Our association, when you're a member, for $12 a year, once you join our association, you can purchase life insurance benefits from us, dental insurance benefits. You don't have to keep paying the $12 for each product. You only pay it once. Does everybody understand that? Per year. And you can buy as many products as you want from us. But you only pay $12 a year no matter how many benefits you purchase. Now, before Obamacare, maybe I should call it something different, right? Before healthcare reform, or the Affordable Care Act, how many names are there for this, by the way? Before the Affordable Care Act launched in 2014, there were 49 million Americans with no health insurance. They say that 9 million enrolled through open enrollment, so now there remain 40 million Americans still with no health insurance. But you know what, folks? Over 160 million have no dental insurance. Does anyone here know someone who's ever had a toothache? Anybody, somebody who's had tooth problem? It's not a good thing, is it? Now, can anybody die because of a tooth infection? Yes. Folks, this is a video on YouTube from ABC News from a few years ago. I'm not going to play this video, and if somebody wants a copy of this, you can actually search on YouTube for uninsured kid dies because of tooth infection. There's the actual title on YouTube. And it's a 4-minute video from ABC News of a little boy who died because of a tooth infection. The parents had no dental insurance. Went a few months, it got worse, and the infection spread to his brain. Finally had to take him to the hospital, and 2.5 months later, the boy died. Folks, nobody in this country should die because of a tooth infection. It just should not happen to anybody. There was an Ohio man who had a tooth abscess in Cincinnati, a 24-year-old man, no dental insurance, and was in such severe pain with a tooth abscess that the dentist said, listen, I'm going to give you 2 prescriptions. One is for antibiotics to cure the bacteria. The second one was for the pain, because he was in serious pain. The patient had no insurance and could not afford both prescriptions. So guess which prescription he did purchase? He purchased the painkillers. 2 months later, went to the hospital. 2 months later, he died. Look, this is a serious problem. Does anybody know what the #1 disease for children are in our country today? Teeth. The #1 disease for children in our country are teeth problems, bacteria, infections. #1. Okay? So it's a big problem, but we can help people. Now let's talk about the other dental plans in Hawaii. There's really only one major dental insurance company in Hawaii, yes or no?
Yes.
Anybody know what's that called?
HDS.
HDS. What does that stand for?
Hawaii Dental.
As an insurance agent, my agents and myself have been selling HDS in Hawaii for probably over 12 to 14 years. So we're very familiar because we do sell it. We have customers on it, we have companies on it. You know, it's the only game in town, right? So what can you tell me about ATS? It's from Delta, it's a PPO. And people who don't know PPOs, there's PPOs and there's HMOs. Some people think there's HBO. HBO is television, cable TV. That's not what we're talking about. There's PPOs and there's HMOs, okay? HDS is a PPO. Let's talk about the number one, the biggest company in Hawaii, and what their plan is like. They have a deductible of $50 per person per year. Okay, it's not so bad. $150 for a family, not so bad. They give you a max of $1,000 a year for insurance benefits. How do you feel about that? So a dentist says, okay, you need 3 crowns, you need 3 root canals, you need a bridge, you need some fillings, and that's gonna be $7,500. But yet you have $1,000 on your dental insurance. So if the dental insurance covers you for $1,000, who pays the rest? Not me. Somebody said you, no, not me, you guys. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Okay, I spoke with the number 1 executive for Kaiser Permanente a year ago named Mary Chow, number 1 executive for Kaiser Permanente in the state of Hawaii. And she has over 60,000 clients on HDS. And I didn't have this launch yet, but I had a meeting scheduled with her to talk to her and said, how do you feel about your HDS? So Mr. Martinez, it's the only dental plan in town, so that's what we're on. I understand that. Again, so how do you feel about that? And she, of course, she was hesitant to say it, but I finally got it out of her. She goes, well, and I already knew this, but this is the vice president guy to tell her. She goes, it's not really $1,000 in benefits. You know that, right? And I already knew, so I said, well, what do you mean by that? Now, here's this, folks. If you're buying an individual plan from them, because the group plans cost less, of course. It costs $40.25 a month for their best plan. That's about almost $500 a year, almost $480. So let me ask you a question. If I'm paying $500 a year and I'm getting $1,000 in benefits, but it's costing me $500 a year, am I really getting $1,000 in benefits? I'm getting what? $500 in benefits. When you really think about it, right? It's like me telling you, give me 500, here's 1,000. Okay, not a bad deal. But when it comes to dental insurance, that doesn't sound too good, does it? Okay, so that's their plan. That's the plan.